good? Yeah? Okay. So the question, visual reality, and do we ever change it if we're not satisfied? For me, I think yes, like with our memories. Because sometimes, like when we tell a certain, like if I tell my mom something, I always think to try to stay to it, but when you're talking to your friends or something, you just naturally kind of want to brag about something, so you kind of enhance the story. So I think in that way, you kind of visually in your mind, you change the scene of it and change the memory of it. That's one way. And then also, like, if you're like imagining something you want to eat, I know this happens to me, you kind of tend to boost it up, make it look a lot better, because you're not satisfied with the way it might actually look in real life. Kind of like McDonald's commercials. And then the last question we had was, what about people who are born blind? So this connects back to the determining factors, is that being born blind would be more determining, but becoming blind or losing a sense or like sometime in your life due to an accident or lifestyle change or something would be more limiting, because it's kind of changing your human anatomy rather than that's how it was in the first place. Same like if you gain back a sense, like randomly, like 14 years later in your life, you just somehow can see one day because it just happens. That would also be a limiting factor. It's slightly changing it, but it's not like determining exactly how you are. So in conclusion for this limiting factor section, life experiences can change and or limit someone's biological constitution or human body, but not necessarily have to. And I think it depends on the experience, because this can cause person's sense perceptions to change because their senses are changing, and therefore limiting them in what they can do, how they live their life, and just changing their physique.
So going in from the limiting factors, so whether you're born blind or born deaf, or you develop something over time, so it's something that's going to change your biological constitution, going through how Zoltan sees the world and how it's actually, he's not limited by his being blind, that he's actually influenced by it. He uses that as a way to make this entire world around him. So that goes into our influential factors. There's two of them. There's going to be technology and then our physiological responses. So with technology, technology can be used to enhance the bodily constitution of someone who's disabled, and it also helps with you can get like glasses or surgery to hear, hear or see better. There's also computer programs that can help someone to better function in society. There's someone who has an amputee who has a prosthetic leg, so they can run. So supporting them with this, Deborah Norling is, she was born blind, and she now works as a technological support person in a big company. And she said, in this quote, I'll just read that, before she always had to have her family help her find ads, conduct her resume, write it up, and send it out. And with this new computer program, where you can actually have a keyboard that has it, but there's actually computer programs that could either say it out loud to you, or that you could visualize it somehow with your touch. And then she's able to actually use that to write her own resume, send it out to 60 employers, and she actually got 7 interviews. They're pretty impressive. But a counterpoint to this, this was by Margaret Steen, who works with I'm sorry. Anyways, but she had a comment said about the disabled in the working environment. She said that some disabled workers require expensive accommodations in order to work. Many others do not. Those whose disabilities are visible may encounter more questions during the job hunt than those who do not. Those with invisible disabilities face the question of when and if to disclose their disabilities. So this goes with if, for example, if you have Down syndrome and go to a job interview, someone can see that you have this, and that might change the way they may want to accept you or not, so it's influential. But if you have something like ADD or ADHD, that's going to be less of an influential factor if they don't know about it, because you don't appear to be disabled at the time unless if they do a test or they look at your medical records.
So like the things that could help someone with either someone getting a job or trying to get a job using technology technology that could help the possible employee could hinder the employer because it costs more money or it takes more time to train them. But I think it's just how you look at it, and these people, especially woman who used the Braille keyboards and the sound, she really used it to her benefit to get herself a job because that's what she wanted to do, and so she had like an emotional drive to get her job.
So some technology may not be as helpful as others. So helpfulness could be like computer programs, but others like surgery, hearing, or prosthetics that can change your biological constitution differently and can influence the way you live and are able to work differently. They can benefit or change a person's biological constitutions. However, like electronic aids or physical changes are influential factors in a person's sense perception.
The other influential factor we looked at was the fight or flight response. And it's a physiological response that overrides any mental response that you might have. So it kind of overrides the fear, and it kind of tells you that you need to survive. It's a way for your body to keep you alive and keep you surviving. So you either fight what's ever attacking you or you run. And it's based on adrenaline and the need to survival, and it's kind of begun or started by the emotional response to whatever's attacking you or to a situation that you might see. So our supporting example for this was Alex Kornacki. He is a father of Lauren, and she lifted this car BMW off of him after it fell on him when he was working under it. And she also performed CPR and saved his life. That was pretty true. So this is a way like her body was kind of changed in a moment based on due to the adrenaline rush in her blood, and that was pumped throughout her body, and it helped her to perform the action that she needed to do, that she was kind of like emotionally involved with because it was her father and she wanted to save his life.
The Stock Market Club is meeting in room 141.
Again, kind of like the need for survival. But the counterclaim we had to this, like, was it her emotional drive or was it her athletic physique because she was a pretty fit girl that aided her? It's just kind of something to think about, but it's also something that could be a counterclaim. And then we thought of these questions, so that kind of relate to the counterclaim. Do you think Lauren could lift another car off of someone else right after she lifted off of her father with the initial rush of adrenaline? Or does the fight or flight response have like a time constraint or physical limit? Anyone answer?
Well, you can't